Ready? Are we gonna hear our flow? We're gonna tweak one thing about the flow, then just give you something a little more realistic. Correct. All right, so flow. We got our seatbelt. We're still seated. We haven't fallen to the side yet. We just got our hooks in. He starts to stack us vertically. Yeah, right behind us. Okay.
So as he gets his head north of mine, it becomes really difficult for me to get any kind of meaningful bite on the chin, even if I go under his chin. Okay, we're in this position. We're gonna take the hooks. We're gonna go around to the hamstrings. Remember, these are active. I'm not just like floating here. These are active. And now we're gonna hit this. Sorry, screaming.
I can get through.
We're gonna hit the same forward shift. I'm just trying to make sure that the phone hears me. We're gonna hit the same forward shift that we hit last month, except now we're hitting it while we have his back. Right, we're not hitting it from butterfly, we're hitting it from the back. We're gonna make sure it's the same mechanics, the same thing about soles of our feet, laterally towards the far wall over there, not up. Laterally low and laterally parallel to the mat. Okay, so we're gonna use our hooks to shift him forward, allow his weight to pull us up. So as he's giving me this pressure, same mechanics last week or last month, we're loading him, and then we're forward shifting.
Okay. As we come up, important that we maintain chest to back connection, right? So I want to make sure that I stay on him so that I can start recollecting my hooks. Okay. I want to make sure for this flow, I actually want to fall to the underhook side. I want to the overhook side. I recollect my hooks.
Yep, forward shift.
Up. Recollect my hooks. I'm going to collect this near side arm or wrist. Remember, we cover hands. We don't shoot for the wrist. We're looking for the hand specifically, the end of the lever. Okay. He comes in to defend. Okay. So now I need to address this grip, right? For this, there's a couple ways we can address this. For this month's flow, what we're doing is he's really strong pulling me down, right? It's his lat against my bicep and a little bit of my front delt. Okay. But where he's super weak is always this way. He can hold as tight as he possibly can. Try. Don't let me have it. It's super easy. He's super weak here. See, I can talk to while I pull it out. Okay, so we're going to pull out. Find that hand. Okay, we're going to cover the hand. Specifically looking to be under the padding of the thumb, the padding of the pinky. We can't grab fingers, but we can grab padding. And you can even collapse. Okay, so this is really effective. All right, now from here, all I'm looking to do is get his palm below his sternum. If I get it below the sternum, that's all I need in order to find my own hand with my foot. Okay, I feed. I'm carving my heel down by extending my leg towards the hip. I'm not losing contact the entire time. I lasso my leg around and I kind of contour my shoelaces right there to the small of his back. Now I've got one against just the chin. If he's tucking the chin, we're gonna come with the middle knuckle of our thumb and kind of like we're trying to slice his throat out, right? Coming straight through and ripping through. Okay, there's a couple of ways to open up the chin, but this is what we're gonna do this week or this month. Okay, he tucks his chin, we're slicing through. Okay, and once I'm even remotely under the chin, I can spider walk. Okay, covering the trap, putting my chin on my own hand, ear to ear, and a rotational finish. Okay, by taking my elbow that way and allowing my head to rotate as well. Okay, so we're gonna finish it with one hand in this month's flow. Okay, so one more time. On the lot, I just wanted to make sure we sharpen the details. We missed a couple of those things last week, or I missed a couple of those things last week.
Right here, if I don't adjust this soon, he's gonna start getting out. Hooks come out, become shoelaces. He's loaded already because he loaded himself. In this case, his head's already above my head, so he's already loaded. We'll hit the forward shift, put my hooks back in. Underhook side, cover the hand. Okay, he comes to defend, out, find the hand,
and start to shuck it just below his sternum. I don't need to get it all the way down here. I just need to get it below his sternum. Okay, if his hand's in the way, I've got the end of the lever, so I can just replace it. Right? Because I don't really care if he gets his back momentarily. I'm gonna find my own wrist with my heel. You can do this even if your eyes are shut, right? You know where your body is in space. I'm gonna find my own hand and carve my heel down towards the hip, lasso, and contour my shoelaces. He tucks the chin. If he tucks the chin, come in knuckle first, under, and I can walk up if I need to until I've got the clearance to find his trap and cut. Chin on the hand, rotational finish. Oops, any questions on that? All right, 1, 2, 3. Looking for 10 of these. And then we'll dive into new stuff.
All right. I'm gonna do it. Sure. Probably grab one. All right, sorry.
I want you to take it to a hip, Chad. Take it to the other hip side before I did it. Kind of, so you kind of fight, so no, your thumb with your own index finger, it's kind of curl it in.
You go into the jigger.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, like insert. Like don't slice down, like go in.
So I could just sort of bounce helium.
Once you get smartly under that chin, you can, yeah, like kind of like a jack. Even a centimeter chin.
Am I speaking with somebody? Yeah, you wanna go over and-
Sometimes
Oh, yeah, being once. That'd be good. Is that okay? Yeah, it's like. I started going like, all right. I'm done. I helped you.
Page. What's up, guys? I'm really like
What this is.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
See, you started that like,
Grabbing deep on my trap, and if I'm kind of low, I might actually.
That's what I do bad about. I don't think do this, but this really is the. Yeah. I let you. I go real hard on something. Did I? I'm sorry. This guy's like. Back a little deeper. This one. See? When you're being forced, it's like, oh, I guess keep going. You might be wondering how I got it. The dog changed. You might be wondering how I got it. I checked. You might be wondering why I'm in this guy. You're about to see some really bad things happen. I never do work. Already beginning. It's so weird. All terminology. I'll keep this right now. Okay. Was it not right here? Yeah, they really no carb. Yeah. Come on, Dad. It's okay. I just asked you. That's a better way to put it.
Yes, so.
I'll do it on you and put it on. Over here, you're gonna do it kind of. Wasn't that part of the it's just do it. I'll take your hand. Like Christ. Done that. What do you guys all like stand? I see it first. Try to watch. Yeah, there you go. Oh, they're like. Yes.
What's up, Ian?
It's so fun. Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't know I can still go out.
Yeah, let me do it again.
Yeah, I was gonna do it with the, I was just saying, how we read it.
All right, guys, grab a
Couple of at least.
get a couple. Olivia couldn't make it, huh?
The car broke down.
Mm.
Yeah.
You okay?
Oh yeah, no, she's fine. Well, I say it broke down.
I assume so. You're here.
Yeah. No.
I'll find out after I look at my phone classes.
Air filter.
Priorities, man.
Something wrong with the cars. She had to think.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It may have been some big boy to get out. Big boy. That's her.
She knows coding.
Hey, Luke, can you be cameraman for me?
100%.
All right, let's do. We're gonna play one of our back games, similar to what we did the other night. In line with this, actually.
So he's going to start with this near side hand cover. Okay. I'm going to start covering this hand. Okay. We talked about this last week, offensively or defensively, right? Whenever I'm gripping hands, especially in context of attacking or defending back, I'm looking for the end of the lever. I'm nowhere near as strong here, right? But at the end of the lever, much harder for him. It's 3 inches matters. Okay. Here. All right, right here. This is where we're going to start under the side. I want you to focus on strip. You're both going to be stripping grips the whole time. No one's going to win here, but it is a live game. We're not going for like, we're not drilling per se. We kind of did this as a drill last week. Now I want you to go live. Okay, if you need to do a couple reps to like work it out, that's fine. But then I really want you to win. My job, if I'm being attacked, is to glue this hand, his primary strangle hand, as far down my chest as I can, or not as far down my chest, but to my sternum, really. Okay. The more that I get to my sternum and to my center line or past, the way less danger I'm in of being strangled. Obviously, I'm taking the thing that's going to choke me away from the thing that can be choked. Okay. It's like, all right. Sorry.
No, I was just clear my thing.
You all right? Yeah. All right. Now here, I'm also like on your leg. It probably hurts. I'm sorry. All right. Get a good grip here. All right. So we just played this game though, right? I'm strong here with this defensive hand. Okay. This is my secondary defensive hand though. Anybody understand? Does anybody know why?
Because
The other one's not used to getting choked.
Yeah, that thumb post. That thumb post is everything. This is only good for so long, but the thumb post is everything. Okay. So he's got my primary hand though. I've got the secondary hand in defending. What I want to do is I'm strong here with the secondary hand, but we just saw I'm weak if he takes his hand out over my shoulder. I can't hold on to that. Okay. So same concept applies to this near side grip he has. The inverse is true. He's really strong keeping this up and tight, but he's weak as I start to roll my hand out and extend forward. Okay, we're just on a line here. I'm weak this way and he's weak this way. Okay. So what we're gonna look to do, I'm gonna look to break this grip and feed and replace. Okay. He's constantly looking to yank this out. I want you to yank out the other way.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. He's yanking that way out and looking to recollect, and then he's going to try to put his palm on my shoulder. Okay, he's not going for any strangles, but his objective is to get his palm on my shoulder for as long as possible. My objective is to keep his palm on my sternum for as long as possible, and we're continuously doing this sequence here. Go. Look, one thing that we got to do that we didn't do last week is this hand, or that we talked about last week, is this hand. If I know that my grip's about to get stripped right here, right? I know what his next move is. It's I'm gonna be hunting from my neck, right? Sorry, let's go here. Take this one. Right here. He goes rip out. Okay. Here, come back. Right here. If I lose that right there, if I lose this grip, he's gonna attack my neck. But the mistake we made last week was starting to reach for this. He's gonna have to bring this hand to me. Okay. let him bring the hand to me. Okay, he can't just go around this hand. Okay, so the mistake we're making last week is as we start to lose, as he starts to strip our secondary defensive hand, we're reaching for it, and you miss that in that transition versus just getting ready for it and letting him bring it to you. Make sense? All right, so again, goals. Sorry, I had brain fart there. I was here till 3 a.m. last night. I'm very tired. Okay. Here, my whole goal is to keep this glued to my sternum. His whole goal is to get it to my shoulder. And we're just playing this grip fighting sequence the whole time. Good. Make sense? I constantly just want you looking, if you're him, I want you constantly trying to strip this grip. If I'm me, I'm looking to constantly strip this grip. Just always looking for the 2-on-1, looking for the thumb post. He's always looking to strip and to touch my shoulder. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it took way longer to explain. Make sure. Oh.
I don't think so. Right?
Was it?
No, no. I think I want to drop your phone or something.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Intercept.
Naturally.
Like say his wide grips got this one all.
Something babbling about those curious.
Is there this whole technique of intercepting if he's got this one tied up? I think Hudson had it tied up several times. Yeah, it's so hard to strip your It does work. I have to explain shit. Did you really strip techniques? Oh, I had to roll and slowly was doing it. Up to all the wrists.
Into the liver trunk.
But
Wrong lever.
usually, if this is tied up, I usually just here because I can't really do much here. I'm actually there. Yeah, I usually just go here. I'll say that correctly. If he swoops around, it's all right. But if he does, it's that lance, like spear thing.
What if I say, I'm trying to get to the shoulder, right? And then when he strips that. I'm trying to read like this.
Yeah, he's kind of stripped and then also at the same time strip this grip so that he can get into his primary. That's what he's trying to always do that too if he can.
Right.
You're in confidence.
I'm using this hand to strip this left hand against right.
Sorry.
I'm using my left hand to strip his left hand. Okay, yes. It's something through. But he's not letting me get into this. Right.
He doesn't want you to touch your shoulder hand. You don't want your hand on the stern. Yeah.
Do it. Let's see.
Keep it in like slow mo.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit back of the more than that. Yeah, it's catching. I was already kind of bad.
I was switch.
I was thinking.
I don't know, increase that once you get shoulder or something,
It's like,
Much fear. I'm about to see the dark side.
You did not like that.
Always trying. Okay, so
he's gonna rip off this way. You're trying to free that hand.
He said,
That's like a game.
Yeah. What else we can get? Okay, so. When you shrink this, it's gonna immediately come to your head. Shrink this thing out. Yourself that, I mean, if you think it's I mean, that's gonna be the speed. I would get this one.
Are y'all switching? You haven't switched.
You know what I'm saying?
We just switched.
Like there, if he goes to start messing with this.
Were we not supposed
No, no, it's
That's all.
yeah,
to?
I just want to make sure everybody's getting working.
I asked him about that. If all you have is that secondary, that's what it's there for. The battery.
I had already switched.
But I'll tell you this. Jack, you can come over here.
All right, guys, let's play our next one. Same game from last week. Or is that?
Here.
Standard seatbelt. And just standard hooks. On the other side. That's whole job. You do whatever you want with your grips. We're just gonna start here with a seatbelt. I can do whatever I want. He can do whatever he wants with his grips, but he wins if he can get his head to the other side of my head. Okay, so if his head gets here, he wins. No, you can do anything else you want as long as your head gets to that side. So go. All right, make sense?
Leave us.
All right, look, also, I wanted specifically, wait for a second, actually, this is a good, probably good thing to mention. Let's get it there for 2 seconds, all right? Let's say 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever you gotta do. All right, count it out loud if you want to, I don't care. But as long as y'all agree, it was roughly 2 seconds. But look, if he does come over and you can recollect, this is acceptable. Okay?
that. I like
And look, when we're looking to recollect these grips, when we're looking to recollect the head, remember, elbow position is everything here when we're attacking the back. So if my elbow is behind him, I was already losing. It's just getting worse that he got his head out. So keep the elbow forward. I'm looking to reach deep. I'm going to cup around the neck or the jaw, okay, or even the crown of the head if I have to. I'm just looking to cup and then bring my elbow to my pocket and slip my head back in that hole. Okay, if you can recollect, then stay live. If they can get it there and keep it there for a couple seconds, then they win. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that might.
Amy.
All right, Mike. Yeah.
Amy.
That, you know what, Tucker got hurt, so I kind of got out of training. Yeah.
I saw Coach David at like what are the faults?
Do what now?
I saw Coach David at Black Cells like underneath. I thought,
Oh, okay. No, but I've been teaching other stuff, probably 25 years.
All the 18.
I'll see you
Times.
Yeah. All right.
I just retracted my help.
Yeah,
I haven't been.
of course. I have to show.
Competition.
I got that.
Yeah,
You got
yeah. I remember John talking about it. So.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's see what.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, I thought it went good.
Too fat for this.
It's like you're dealing with 2 different animals at the same time. The 2 older, the 2 like right here. Yeah, it's. It can be kind of. That stays in. But you had, basically 3 $8 I brought him the pyramid actually. You have Williams and my pops. Oh, they was on yours. I thought it was. It's always kind
Can we switch to an overhand like this to keep the head?
That's a wonderful
Rule the same.
No, let's stay on this for now. Yeah.
It's one.
So I had you. I win.
I really, yeah, I want to constrain it to just that one spot.
That's my mom.
but you kept like kept them injured, but that's like super important for like the younger you go, the more time you have. So I mean, it's like one tougher.
Weird head look people were.
It is, I think he started at like.
Like,
But even gymnastics class, all everything's like, it's just like you're trying to keep them entertained, or get them involved, and then as they mature up, they can start actually serious.
I'm kind of actually. Where it's still kind of good things, but it's still like. It was on my back really well, like crazy. My nose, like a little kid. It's like, it was good. Like, I actually had.
I was like, right there, on that side, let me move.
It's like,
I like getting there. They're kind of like getting a lot of physical experience, even if they don't know Brandon. That's what I'm trying to do. Stuff.
Really?
That's why I was here till 3. So I was like trying to make it as good as possible. Slow start, but just so good. Like, very awesome.
This would have to. Oh, but yeah, if I meet you right here.
Yeah, just stand up.
That collar tie, so just start coming back from the position.
that's not hard, it's a good.
Also, you can kind of like drop up on this foot.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Then it's like, when you're resetting. You always up for the back.
Makes up build.
So just think about it.
There's what's like you're doing, it's kind of big stuff that's very specific to the thing, or not to know, or whatever, I'm saying. They've been through it, you don't have to spend money. They're here, so that kind of class for 60 hours, you don't really have to. You don't have full. Whatever.
Yeah. Time. All right, we do one round back. All right. You can't just play this. A couple of them are really good. Really good.
Oh, no.
What's that?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, this stuff. I think he's only like 5, but like he was eating my back. Like, I actually have to.
Maybe we should
tilt my body back to keep up.
create some kudos.
All right. Back. My only job is to stay connected. That's it. You can do whatever you want with your legs. Do whatever you want with your hands. If he gets his back to the mat or turns around and faces me, he wins. Go. Yeah. If he can get his back to the mat, or he can turn and face me, either one. Because he can't just turn around and close guard before he gets back to the mat. He wins. All right. 1, 2, 3.
That was a good one.
I felt that. Yeah. Feel like it's all down to the start on it.
Okay, so hey, really play this on the win, all right? There's no one's submitting you. I just want you focused on getting out as quickly as possible, all right? Let's go, especially my guys who got comp coming up. If you can get out.
It's on my finger.
I'm old.
Remember, win the hand fight, win the head position, win the legs, win the elbow. If you were here last week or Monday, you know what I'm talking about.
That, right, that.
To be fair, you had a straddle there.
You're twice a little bigger.
I had to do all this stuff, and then by the way, this big. That kind of stuff, that's the way I learned.
So what up?
Because that's what I did when we took those teaching techniques for getting some stuff.
Yeah.
I went through it in my head and like, this. For some reason, that stuck in my head.
I can't do that.
That's fine. You can do it like we.
I guess. Yeah.
What? No. Try not to die.
Fine, we got that. Drink water if you need it. And then circle up. No, I said so. I saw it. Look, you smell me that sound. Yeah, it's his musk. What's going on with that? Here, it's a shot. Here, okay. Turtle for me. Yep. On your bed. Yeah. All right, review of Monday. Before we move on. All right, he's got my back. We're on the underhook side, okay? Standard hooks for now. We're gonna have to do something different. We got to worry about that later. My job when I'm defending my back, always worry about the primary strangle hand, okay? We just went over this a few minutes ago. When I grab grips, I'm always looking to cover hands. Right now, he's covering his hand, right? But my thumb post, this is everything with back defense. This is my primary defensive hand. That thumb post, I want that between his wrist and my chest. Right? Yeah. Okay. If I can't cover his hand because he's covering right now, that's fine. I've got a 2-on-1 and I've got my thumb post. I'm ready for whatever happens next. If that suddenly this hand is no longer covered because he starts getting active, whatever, go ahead. I'm looking for it immediately. You see that? And I'm looking to cover the hand, looking to slide down the ropes and cover the hand immediately. When I have hands, this is kind of true whether I'm attacking or defending. I'm gonna glue, especially when I'm defending. I'm gonna glue this to my sternum or to my belly. Okay, wherever I can glue this down, I'm gonna glue it down because natural weakness in the grip, right? Even if I'm really strong with this end of the lever, my grip is really weak this way, right? So if he starts to pummel his hand out, really easy for him to strip that grip. If I glue this to my chest, much harder for him. Reinforced by a 2-on-1, feels impossible. Okay. He has to really start working to strip the grip. All right. So now that I have my 2-on-1, we've got our thumb post. Remember, always prioritize that thumb post. If you can defend with your primary hand, we want the primary hand involved. I want his hand low on my sternum. He wants his hand up here towards my neck. Okay. That's a pretty good compass for you. If you don't know what you're doing, just get this hand that's touching your neck as far away from your neck as possible. That's a pretty good test or a pretty good heuristic. When it's low, my head is much more mobile. As his hand climbs my shoulder, even right here, my shoulders, my head get way less mobile. I have way more mobility to start coming up, winning the head battle, all that good stuff when his hand is low. Okay. So the first thing when we're defending the back here, or especially we're going for the sliding elbow escape that we went over Monday, we have to win the hand fight. Okay. So kind of the game we're just playing. We're looking to get reps in build reps winning this hand fight. Right now I'm winning the hand fight. I've got a 2-on-1 on his primary. I don't really care what this hand's doing. I got a 2-on-1 on the primary. So it's on him to try to reclaim that grip. And so he can actually attack me. He can't really attack me right now. He's got to grip that grip. Once I've won the hand fight, now I want to win the head fight. Okay. Specifically on this underhook side, right? If I get my head to the other side, which is made easier if I win the hand fight. Now I'm halfway out now. All right. I've won the hand fight. I've won the head fight. Okay. Now I have to win the leg fight. Okay.
he's got his hooks in, remember, we're dealing with body triangles differently. Okay, and if we have time tonight, I will give y'all one way of dealing with that. Right now, we're dealing with standard hooks. The first thing I want to do, as much as possible, I'm going to go ahead and start trying to turn my head into him. Okay, he's going to be blocking me from getting my hips out and my back to the mat with his hook. But now I start turning my knees and pointing them towards the ceiling, kind of in line with his, you see his lower leg, you see where his sole of his foot's pointed? I want to make my knee point the same direction. Once I'm free of that hook, I can start to step out. And now I can start to slowly come out more. The next thing I need to do, he's going to be looking to recollect that, right? So I want to block, I'm blocking him only temporarily. Then I can pin with my secondary foot so that I can move further safely. And once we're here, he knows, anyone who's done jiu-jitsu for a week now knows they've lost the back. Okay, he's going to start coming up into the mount. One second, sorry. Okay, you're good. No, you're good. I cued you badly. My next goal is to get my elbow to the mat. Once my elbow is to the mat, now I'm 100% out. There's no recollecting the back anymore. Specifically with my elbow on the mat, I'm looking to make contact with his hip. Okay, and I don't want to push. I'm just a frame. So that as we know he's gonna bring the weight to us. He doesn't want to just lay there. We know mounts his next move. Okay, so he's going to start to bring that weight to this frame. But I want to make sure I'm making contact with the hip so that he comes up. I've got something there to block him. The last thing I want to do, that I want to be thinking about, I've won the hands, I've won the head, I've won the legs, and I've won the elbow. So I'm out. The next thing we need to look to do, what do we do when we escape any pin in here? What are we immediately thinking about?
Need an elbow.
No, what are we immediately thinking?
Offense.
What's that? Yes.
Build height.
Counterattack. Right? We don't want to just go back to guard. That's boring. We want to end the match. Okay? Especially if he's going to be bringing all this weight, this nice leg to us. Like, why don't we take it home? Okay? So as we have this frame and he builds height, my only job is to get my feet to the inside. So go ahead, start coming up. Okay? Come up a little more realistically. All right, come up in the mount. You're good. You're good. We're gonna reset all the way. Right here. I win the hand fight. I win the head fight. I point my knee north. Start to get my hips out. Pin the foot. Hips all the way out. Elbow down. As he starts to come up, I want to win this foot battle right here. If I win this battle now, I can start to enter a Remy. We got leg entries for cross ashi there, all kinds of good stuff there. Right now, what I want you to focus on at this level, right? In comp class, maybe we'll go over some of these cross ashi entries. What I want you to focus on right now, though, is just come down. Just squat down. To make sure that you end in something looking like this position, where I've won, both my feet got to the inside, so that I can fire through to Remy ashi, or I can fire all the way around across. Okay? As long as you've got your feet on the inside, I'm happy at this stage. Don't worry about actually entering the legs. If you want to in your drill, because you already know some entries, go for it. If not, just get your feet on the inside. Right, so one more time. All right, we're on the underhook side for this one. I have to win the hand fight. He's covering his hand right now. So I'm just going to wait here with my thumb post and my 2-on-1. Okay? As I'm able, like, if he stays there, it's worth mentioning. Okay, fine. He's gluing his own hand. So I don't need to, like, wait. Like, I'll go ahead and start winning the head fight now. Right? But as this grip, if this grip ever breaks, even while I'm doing all this, if this hand ever uncovers his primary hand, I'm immediately coming down and I'm covering that hand. So you're super sweaty. We got sweaty with kids class. It was a lot of work. Yeah, and it's hot. All right. If his hand's ever exposed because he's not covering anymore, I'm coming down and I'm covering it. Okay. I'm still continuing to win the head fight. Now I've got to win the legs. I point my knee up towards the direction the sole of his foot is pointed. Start to hip out. I'm only going to be able to go so far, right? But now I can staple this foot to the mat and use it to push off. Now I'm completely out. To solidify this, I get my elbow to the mat, make contact with the hip, just as a frame. As he comes up in the mount, this foot, go ahead, needs to win the inside position, right there. As long as I win here, I can enter into the legs, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. Hands, head, legs, elbow. Counter.
Well. Figure it out too. Yes. So. Yeah. You win the, oh wait, I win the hands. Okay, alright, so I just won the hands, right?
Right.
Okay. So that's here. That is, yeah. Strip this. Okay, now I'm here. So, what kind of work is that? That's what work. Alright, and then I get my back to the mat. And then out of that. Right.
So it begins.
Oh, we did the one that the. Okay, so the quote we did. Here where you get the.
Oh, I hold your foot.
What was the winning feet again? What did that look like? Winning the feet? Okay, he's won the grip, he's won the head.
The point of his knee up towards the ceiling, kind of to where he's pointing it the same direction that his whole foot's pointed. Now you're able to hip out. Right. Now you pin his foot with your right foot, you like pass it. And now you pull it up without him getting that hook.
Sorry.
No.
No, 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 no.
Yes. On your back.
Just. Okay.
He does not want to be up there.
Super stable. Okay, there we go.
Legs. Or bring my leg up.
Yeah.
And then do I slide it out? How did I do this?
You just keep like bringing your knee towards your right.
Oh, I see.
Then your right foot replaces.
Do tomorrow, you're gonna have to, well, I guess tomorrow, Monday, you're gonna have to bring me the recipe to that thing, dude.
I'll have to figure it out. She legit like buys this giant bottle. Like,
These,
she makes like, I don't know. I won't worry about it though, because
So typically, if you could do that, but here, use this one to kind of shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, whichever one has the hook. Just connected, it's just fire into it.
You didn't come up to like that. I was supposed to. I said, how come you guys?
Still like, just not continue yelling at things.
Yeah.
I mean, you had some for the board, but now I'm just trying to.
When this flip out, you're outside. Nice. How's that?
So Gar is coming up the card now.
Oh, yeah.
It's under
I
the
got room there.
It says we're talking about. It's kind of nice. Well, that's why I need to get a correction. I'll learn it.
Take your leg to the ceiling. Maybe into the ceiling. I think.
It's really dependent on that, like, sometimes if they'll react, not really like. Whenever I win, that goes much, not my goal. To get to, yeah, I agree.
Not have like a count on their autonomy of their games. It's fitting, making sure that's.
I think typically it's looked at as like the 1-2, just like you go for a Remy. And if they start to hesitate at all, you knock them to their hands and then go for it. But initially you're trying to go through.
All right, time. Let's go over to the side now.
All right, now we're on the overhook side. The process is much the same though, in terms of I've got to win the hand fight. What can I not win here per se? Like what's the huge mobility disadvantage I have here? Like, which of those battles is gonna, yeah, like me getting my head to the other side, he can still strangle me first off, and secondly, like it's gonna be very difficult. But even if I try to bring this head over, just gonna keep trying to attempting to strangle me. Put your hand there. Like I don't really have any way to meaningfully make, even if I'm able to get my head the other side, it's gonna be pretty difficult to like make that defensively meaningful. So first thing I'm looking to do, hand fight. The head fight is a little different here, right? I don't really want to go that way. So next, what I am going to start doing is turning my body to get as parallel with the mats as I can. So he's got standard hooks, right? As parallel with the mats as I can. Remember, part of back control, one of the like core fundamental principles of back control is keeping our spines in alignment. So any alignment that I can take away is going to loosen his control. Okay, so I'm still winning the hand fight. I have my 2-on-1. Now, once I'm here, I want to transition from this 2-on-1 where I have an over and an under. I'm going to transition to this burrito grip. As I transition to a burrito grip, I'm going to turn and look at him, and I'm going to tuck my chin. If I don't tuck my chin and I start looking at him, I'm going to get caught on my jaw. Okay, and he could still start to find ways to slip under here and recollect my head. But if I tuck my chin under and I start to look at him, I'll be able to utilize this burrito grip and remove it like so. Next, if I need to free my my hook, or if I need to free this hook, again, it's much like I'm pretty much out at this point. But if he's like really got this hook without cross legs, right? All I do is turn my knee in the direction that his the sole of his foot's facing, and I start to kick out. Okay, I don't need to like clear it per se. I just want to get leverage on this heel. Right now, I can start to move my hips. I can pin, and I can get all the way out. Elbow frame is the same as last time. As he comes up, I want to make sure that I win this battle. Okay, one more time.
That was my feet, that was not a fart. You heard?
All right, overhook side, 2-on-1. Remember, I want to cover hands, but he's covering his hand. So I'm going to just get my thumb post and I'm going to address this. I'm going to monitor this. If it's ever uncovered, I'll be covering it. Okay. I'm going to start to turn into him as much as I possibly can. Now, if he's gripping tight, I'm not going to be able to get my mat or my back all the way like parallel with the mats, right? But I'm going to turn as much as I can. Next, we're going to start to transition to a burrito grip. And I'm going to tuck my chin and start to look at him as I bring this grip over my head. Now, my elbows are not high here. It's super important. My elbows are pinching down and in so that I'm nice and using the core of my body to strip this grip. not my delts. Here, tuck my chin and start to look at him. If I can just get his hand to his wrist to the crown of my head, I've won this battle. Okay. Next, start to hip out. If he's blocking you with this, we can go through this. Okay. If it's already out, if your right leg's free, then just step over. He's already done that part for you. Continue to tuck your chin, turn and look at him. Get you back to the mat, elbow frame, but I'm not going to push on him. Okay. I'm just going to be there ready for him. As he comes up, make sure we win this inside battle for the feet. And then we can start to enter the legs. And hopefully end the match. All right. Any questions on that? 1, 2, 3.
It's like, I don't know about it.
Or we can break it. As long as his hand is down on your sternum, we're happy with that. And as long as you have that on the post, if at any time he uncovers his own hand, now you cover it. Right now he's covering his own hands, so we'll just let it. As long as it's covered and his hand's on your sternum, that's all we care about. Start to turn into as much as you can. Yeah. So you start by turning into him as much as you can before you do anything else. Burrito grip. Now turn further. Now you see how you just lifted with your shoulders there? Keep your elbows nice and pinch down, and use the rotation of your spine as you start to rotate your body up and turn into it. Use that. Just keep your chin tucked, push it to him. Elbows pinching, yeah. Let it be mostly from just the body with your core moving. About your right elbow. At this point, your right elbow's already come to the mat while you're winning the leg battle. Yep. Find that frame. As he starts to come up in the mount, you got to move that side of it. Nice.
Lay down there.
Yeah, and then you. Here. Yes, JC. I think you run through that, so. I see, so you can like turn it up.
Yeah, you're gonna take that, up your chin. That grip. Yeah. Okay.
Unless you can.
We'll just take it over.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so now turn goes into.
Well, you're supposed to.
Now burrito grip. Yeah. And you continue to tuck your chin and start looking at it as you turn into him. And take like front of it. So that you're really lifting his hand. You can open that out right. You're like, as soon as that elbow stops, you're already finding this hit. Now you know the next move.
Sorry. You give it to your.
If you come up into a Remy, make sure your hips are up. Your hips need to be higher than their knee. Your hips need to be as close to their hips as possible.
You're gonna turn it in there? It's over.
Oh.
Wait, so yeah, pretty much the same with the other side. Yeah, skipping.
Sorry, it's old term. Old folks language, I'm sorry. Resurrection.
Is it like, I was just wondering. If they never-
So.
Time. Hey, any questions on this? I know it's pretty much the same as the underhip side. Minus we're doing something a little different with our hip.
Yeah, so like, it just, I don't know if it just feels weird, but like right here, whenever you
Fall down and then he goes to get out. Yeah, and then it's like, he's just like laying on my back. So for him to put the elbow down, I don't know, does he need to get out more? Is that what he needs to do?
Yeah, you start turning, getting a leg. Once you win the leg battle, you're able to turn one.
So for me to build height, right, like you'd be laying on my arm, what would I need to do to build height from here?
So you've got to win this inside position of elbow.
Okay, so,
Just like right now, you're playing into a frame as you come up into it. So if he beats you on that elbow,
yeah, immediately.
coming up is not necessarily like into just really slowing yourself into.
Okay, so you're going to beat the elbow before trying to build height.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if he has the inside position, then he's coming up is really slowing yourself. Any other questions? Cool. Let's do a background. All right, start on the back. You go till there's a sub or until you're in a form of guard. Okay. All right, let's do it. And don't wait for the bell. I'll stop you. All right. Understood. I'll do it.
Otherwise.
We reset it. Yeah, don't wait for the bell. Just go. I'll stop y'all.
I mean, you know, you've got, you know, so. Yeah. All about it. Sorry, not as. I don't want to go back from space, Mike. Excuse me. You good?
I got a bruise on my foot.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
You didn't pull it as soon as you got it.
Sorry, I thought you were like tapping.
Yeah. Pressure on that foot.
Never.
Never.
There's a will. Where's the will?
It is true. Wait. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, more than willing to use the heart. Let's go. Yeah, it's fine. Well, I guess that's guard.
It's your lovely.
Yeah, there's my right foot.
It looks like what?
Yeah, you're fully 100%. You're gonna go to the chair.
Yeah, I looked at it. You know, like, how did the arteries in it?
Oh, no, you gotta say.
Oh.
That's not.
I figured that was like almost as hard. It's like, that's a resale. Yeah, that's my go-to too. Like, my, yeah, no. But no. Yeah. I'm not thought.
Done. Sit class, guys. Hey, practice starts in 4 minutes. Let's get a picture, please, sir.
If I smile. I have no problem.
No smiling.